take off.
Welcome to the Scoop Sports Podcast. We're live outside the United Supermarkets Arena. T-minus about 28 hours until the UT Texas Tech tip-off. Man, there's electricity in the air, Jack. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. There's hundreds of tents out here, people camping out for honestly the most anticipated game of the year. What do you think?
Yeah, Chris Beard's return is going to be something special. As you can see behind us, there's tents everywhere. And I'll turn the camera in a sec, but there's literally tents everywhere around this park outside the USA right now. Like I was telling Caden earlier, if you don't win this game, though, in this preparation, there has to be something said for this, because it's a regular season game, and Texas is ranked like 23 right now, so this is a game you got to win by 15 plus.
There is a lot of hype coming around this game, and usually that means good news, but it also could mean embarrassment. I hope that we bring the energy, and it looks like it, considering there is thousands of Texas Tech students surrounding us right now, ready for this game, win or lose. I'm really interested to see what happens.
Yeah, and people started tailgating for this on Saturday night, and it's currently Monday night. It's around 6 o'clock outside in Lubbock, Texas. The USA is right behind us, or right in front of the camera, and it's just going to be a hell of a show. I'm excited, and
We'll get more into it. We'll have a couple guests come on tonight. We'll have some guys talk about what their opinions are. We'll get a couple of these crazy motherfuckers out here that are sitting in tents in the freezing cold trying to get first row seats to this game. But we'll get more into that. We'll talk NFL. We'll talk Tom Brady's retirement. We'll talk Rams. We'll talk Rams, Bengals in the Super Bowl. We've got a lot to cover. But I'm excited for the episode. Let's get it.
You are looking live at Jones AT&T Stadium.
Deep strike, got the big man, country, pulls free.
Throws it, fakes the spike, in the end zone, touchdown!
Watford for the win.
Yes! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Toss to White. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Fires to the end zone, touchdown! Alabama wins.
We will see you tomorrow.
Sun is down.
Oh my goodness.
That's how we already know.
For the win.
When it's here, I don't
Be the right club today.
Yes. That's just all he know. He don't know nothing else.
Watch Nick
I tried to show him.
Nelson, touchdown, Wisconsin. I deeply hope we beat their ass today.
All right, so on today's episode, you know what? Let's just get right into it. What a weekend of football. I mean, when you get extra football, overtime games, you get crazy endings like we've had in the past 2 weeks. I mean, you really can't ask for anything else.
I don't know how Patrick Mahomes got knocked off. I really don't. We were talking the spread. Everybody took fucking Bengals +7, and I didn't think it was gonna hit. Alec and others took it. Joe Burrow, that just shows a testimony of how good Joe Burrow really is. With a terrible offensive line, goes in to Chiefs Kingdom, into Arrowhead, and makes it happen. And it's also crazy, what's actually really crazy is they were down 18 at one point and just went on a comeback that I've never seen.
That game was a game for the century. Following a crazy game with the duel of the best between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. But that really comes to show that Joe Burrow is, he's legit. He just took one of the worst teams in the league into the biggest game in the world, the biggest game of the year. And, the Bengals, they really have a chance to go into L.A. at the home team Rams and really make a difference. But that really sparks the question that I've been seeing all over the place. What do you think about these young gun quarterbacks? Where would you rank your top young gun 5 quarterbacks right now?
Okay, you go AFC 100% of the way. That's basically where all your quarterbacks are. If you look at the NFC, there's not a whole lot of young guns other than, I guess you could argue, Kyler Murray. You could argue, it's Dak Prescott. He's been in the league for like 6 or 7 years now, or 6 years, so I would consider him a young gun. But my list, if I'm going top 5, number 1, I got to take Joe Burrow right now as far as what he's doing. Oh, is Patrick Mahomes?
I think it sounds like recency bias. Is Patrick
Mahomes in this conversation still?
And I think Patrick Mahomes still rules this conversation.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know
he had a bad game. He had a bad half, but you cannot count this man out. He is still the greatest quarterback we have seen since most likely Tom Brady.
Including him in this, I'd go Pat, Burrow, Allen, Herbert, and then I'd end with probably give me
You've got Lamar in there. You can't forget about him. And, you can't even forget about Deshaun Watson either. There's guys out there. We've got some really solid talent.
There, but I don't know if we'll ever see him again on a football field.
Oh, I think we will. And I think that by this time next year, this conversation will be different. It seems like it changes every year. But anyways, that game, there was many questionable decisions made by Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes that put them in the position to lose. I mean, what do you think about that play going in the half where they could have had the easy 3 points on the, 2-yard line? They threw the screen to Hill, didn't work, and the game went downhill from there. What do you think about that call right there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they received the second half kickoff too, right? They did?
Yeah, they had the ball half.
So, I mean, you can't blame Patrick Mahomes. He's been to 4 straight AFC championships. Like, the guy's unreal. But I don't think Andy Reid was wrong with the decision. What I think also is, I think they just slowed the play calling and stopped the big shots, other than the interception in the end and overtime. But, like, other than that, we didn't see the shots to Kelsey. We didn't see the shots to Hill, the shots to Hardman. And I think that's just really a test that these young guns, like you said, are good. Joe Burrow's a stud, and him and Stafford's going to be a hell of a matchup. I mean, in your opinion right now, you're going to pick Rams, right? You're going to go Rams over Bengals?
I'm going to have to go home team Rams. Yeah, I think so.
They're going to be away in that game, actually. The Bengals will be home for that.
I saw that, which is, I mean, how stupid is that? But I think that with the Bengals, I really think, and I thought this before the weekend started, that they were lightning in a bottle, that they were about to fizz out. That second half showed a completely different team, and if they continue to keep that momentum going into the next week, 2 weeks, which, man, it's a bummer to see football season's already over.
It's good to see new teams, though, in it. Like, other than the Rams, I guess you could say with Goff a few years back when we played the Patriots, but the Bengals were picked to get last in the AFC North.
Everyone loves an underdog story. I mean, you can't hate Burrow. You can't hate Stafford. It's hard to choose who to root for in this game. I'm really just rooting for a good game. I want to see an overtime game. I want to see a safety. I want to see a fumble recovery for your touchdown. I want to see a lateral from like Josh Allen in the wild card game against the Texans a couple years ago. Man, there's some crazy things, and I hope that the momentum continues with all these games, because these past 2 weeks have been honestly some of the craziest football I have seen in my entire life.
Yeah, if 13 seconds is enough time for a quarterback, I mean, does that I mean, that means like you're kicking it off and you have 13 seconds from your own 20. And you're gonna get in field goal range to the 48 and make it a 48-yard field.
There was a lot of bettors that were heartbroken on that day. A lot of shout out my Buffalo Bills fans that probably don't watch this podcast, but that sucks for y'all. Sucks to be a Chiefs fan too. Everyone's in the shitty boat right now. But anyways, great game. We'll go ahead and dive into that Rams Niners game. That was a good game. Division rivalry. It's always good to see your divisional rivalry in a game that with such high implications. I mean, that game did live up to the hype.
Would you argue that this is probably Garoppolo's last game?
Last game suiting up as a Niner. I really he could shoot up for the Shanghai Sharks next year. I don't know. We'll see. There could be there could be some different things going on in that.
I see Garoppolo. Here's my thing. Garoppolo so far in his career is a far better quarterback than Dak Prescott.
I completely disagree.
How would you disagree?
We see Garoppolo's ceiling. We see what he's got. Garoppolo's a good game manager. He can win games, but he has to have talent surrounding him.
What's the difference between Dak and Jimmy Garoppolo then? Like Colin says, look, Dak Prescott's a good quarterback, and maybe with a coach like Sean Payton, he could get him to the next level, get to NFC Championship and so forth. But as far as we've seen, Garoppolo's the type of guy, he's a game manager, but he gets it done. I mean, the Niners defense is solid, is very solid. Jimmy Ward, you got a lot of guys, Bosa, but you couldn't argue that Jimmy Garoppolo has not had a better career thus far. And we don't know if Dak Prescott will ever get to the third round. Like, we don't.
On resume-wise, Garoppolo blows Dak out of the water. Unfortunately, as a Cowboys fan, that depresses me to say, considering Garoppolo is the most mid QB of all time. But I will continue to have my faith. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the Cowboys right now. I'll bust out into tears. Either way, Matt Stafford, after being in a disgrace of a franchise of Detroit for the past decade, I mean, we've always seen it. We've always seen, man, that guy's a gunslinger. If he had the right weapons around him, we saw it with Megatron, we've seen it with Golden Tate, we've seen it with these guys that he can make things happen. And now that you give him these guys like Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham and guys that can make plays with a defense like Ramsey and Donald, I mean, this team looks like a Pro Bowl roster, does it not?
I mean, they went out and got guys. They said, screw the draft picks. We won't take one until, is it 24 that is their next first round pick?
2024 is their next first round pick.
So when you go with something like that and you go get Von Miller, you go get Odell Odell Beckham. You go get, like, it was Super Bowl or bust for them, and I think they understood that. I think Sean McVay has a sense of what he wants, and when you get Stafford for Goff, and you still have Robert Woods, you got that. I mean, Cooper Kupp broke the record, most scrimmage yards for a wide receiver in a single year, with postseason included. So, I mean, if you didn't get to the Super Bowl, I mean, everybody had them beating the Niners, I would have thought. I mean, other than taking maybe the plus money line for the 49ers. But for the most part, everybody went with.
The Niners made it a game. I will say that.
That last drive, the play calling was kind of. I would have gone with maybe a screen right off the bat to Debo. They're playing off. I mean,
feed Debo. Debo, if he was a full-time running back, he would be the best running back in the league. Christian McCaffrey would be an afterthought. Debo is so fun to watch. I mean, that guy in Super Gremlin by the 49ers and Debo and Trent Williams is the greatest thing to happen to the NFL since Tom Brady was drafted. I loved it. Although they came in to Jerry World and they beat us on our home turf, I liked the energy they brought. That was a fun team to watch. I'm sad to see him go, but if they bring in a legitimate quarterback, if Trey Lance is the truth, or if they trade for someone like Rodgers, that team is a legitimate contender, and I'm scared that they could run the NFC for a while.
So is Rodgers, with his contract the way it is, he's just a free agent technically, right? They don't have to give up anything.
No. He's still under contract until 2023.
But in his contract says is he eligible to get traded, or is he eligible to pick where he goes?
Right here it says Rodgers' contract was reconstructed in 2021 or 2020 to go through the 2023 season. So next year he's still under contract, which is a plus for the Packers, in my opinion, because
you'll get assets.
You can get assets for a quarterback of his caliber. If the 49ers were to come out, or the Steelers or the Broncos, whoever it is, if they were to come out and trade for a quarterback such as Rodgers, they would have to give up a lot. I mean, we saw Stafford. He was 2 first-round picks and a couple more, and a quarterback, a starting caliber quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean,
Goff is not any scrub. I mean, how many games this year did you see the Lions come down to the wire? And just
Dan Campbell, man, I love to see it.
Like him too.
I love Dan
like
Campbell. He's a football guy. I love to see it. He brings the energy. I like the Lions. I mean, they suck, and if they're ever legitimate, I'll neck myself. But they suck, and they're fun to watch them suck. But when they're suck against good teams, but they're good against good teams, they're one of the best teams to watch in the league. Yeah. But it is fun. I'm glad that we got to experience such a good 2 weeks. Wild Card week was a depressing one, but divisional and conference championships were absolutely phenomenal. We're going into Super Bowl week. It's the last 2 weeks to soak up as much football as we possibly can, and then we're going into the off season.
Yeah, but then we go to that basketball season, second half NBA, a lot of NCAA basketball ahead. And
speaking of NCAA basketball, we are sitting outside. I mean, this really could be one of the most hyped games in NCAA this year. I really think so.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're outside the USA right now, and behind us you see tents, but on the other side of the camera, Alec, if you wouldn't mind rotating the camera for us, if you rotate it behind and all the way around, there's literally a 360 perimeter of tents everywhere. They got a big screen up there too. This place it's unreal. You got drinking on campus, you got tailgating, you got concerts going, you got guys playing guitars, you got an RV, you got baseball.
This guy's lassoing a wooden horse over here. If that
doesn't shout,
if that doesn't shout West Texas more than anything, then a guy, look at this guy, he's lassoing a wooden horse. I've never seen anything like that. You will only see that outside the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock, Texas. I'm telling you, this place is electric. I love to see it. I haven't seen anything like it since the riots that took place my freshman year, Final Four weekend. But this, I mean, that nothing will ever amount to that. But this is fun. This is fun to see.
Does tomorrow night, if you beat Texas either by 2 or 20, is this place is Broadway going down? Is it burning? I think the Lubbock PD is definitely prepared.
They see that there is a lot of 18 to 21-year-old kids around here that might be under the influence of whatever it is. And Chris Beard, the most hated man in Lubbock.
Here, let me give my theory though. Okay, let's see. If you're Chris Beard, your alma mater is Texas. I get it. I mean, would you rather raise your family in Lubbock or Austin? I get that argument. At the same time, he brought us to heights we've never been. But at the same time, he's in the business where if you make a move like this, you're going to get hated either way. And he understands that. Mark Adams understands that. They're probably boys still. Like, either way, tomorrow in the same, it's going to get loud, it's going to get rowdy. They're going to hate his guts. But at the end of the day, people understand what he did for this program, where he took it, and where he left it.
Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Blake Johnson. My name's Marcus Morgan.
So y'all are students here at Tech, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sophomores, juniors, seniors.
Sophomores. Are y'all one of the crazy motherfuckers out here camping or what?
We're first in line.
Oh, okay. We need to talk to you right here.
Yeah.
All right, tell me what it's been like. What has it been like?
First of all, what time did y'all get here Saturday?
We got here at 6:30 at halftime. We dipped at halftime. We were like, we got to be first for the UT game.
It's been a movie.
I bet it has. I mean, y'all didn't get to experience Final Four weekend like we did our freshman year, but this is close to it. I will say this.
We have a repeat.
Nah, yeah. What do you
natty.
think? What do you think happens if we win this game? What do you? I mean, like, what does this whole place burn down?
I don't know. I'm flipping a car.
I just know Chris Beard better get his ass out of here ASAP.
Yeah.
Where are y'all sitting tomorrow? So with the seats, how's it work? Just first come, first serve?
So yeah, they're letting first come, first
Yeah.
serve, and then they're letting like waves of 10 to 15 people in.
10 to 15 go in. So when you first see Chris Beard, what's the first thing you're
We are
yelling?
Fuck
chastising him.
Yeah, what's the chant?
He's
What's
done for.
the chant going on tomorrow?
Fuck Chris Beard. Fuck UT.
Y'all got to come up with something more clever than that. Fuck
Yeah,
Chris
for
Beard.
sure.
That's too basic. Beard's a queer.
Beard's a
I like
queer.
that. We got to.
Yeah.
How about we just start that chant? No?
So here, I gotta ask you this though. So y'all's pick for the games obviously is gonna be Texas Tech, but if you lose this game, what is that? What does all this mean then?
We're not losing. Tech by 50.
Tech by 50. Hey, look, I got a bookie for you, and you can hammer that on his book. I'd love to see him pay you out.
But in other words, so give us a final score prediction.
72-64 Tech.
Are you
72,
tripping, bro?
64.
There's a 50-point difference. What are you saying?
Nah. Tech by 8. Realistically,
eight.
Tech by 8.
Tech by
Okay,
8.
so and I gotta ask y'all about Terrence Shannon. What are your thoughts other than the past few games we've seen?
He's a
from
dog.
You think he's still a dog? Could I argue that
Terrence is a
Adonis
dog.
Arms is the best player on the team right now?
I think
No, you can't because Bryson Williams still plays.
Bryson
Hey,
Williams still
honestly,
plays.
Because
Okay.
Bryson Williams still
Honestly.
plays.
Other
Can I be honest?
go ahead.
I don't know what's going on with TJ, but he better get it together because Adonis Arms is taking his job.
Nah.
Adonis is the truth, man.
I'm
He is
tired
the
of the
truth.
Arms is
TJ
taking his
slander.
job.
I'm tired of the TJ slander. He hasn't
Shut
been
up. You
100%.
don't know anything.
He hasn't been 100%. We saw him drop 26 against Iowa State. We don't make that run against KU unless he face guards Abaji. It doesn't happen. We don't go to overtime.
He still dropped
without TJ.
38 though, bro.
No, we don't.
30
It doesn't
what do you
matter.
have?
He slowed him down. It does not matter.
So
We don't
what's
have TJ
your
right there.
ideal? What's your ideal starting lineup tomorrow night?
Starting
Tip
lineup?
off. What's the starting lineup?
I want Kevin McCullough, TJ. No arms. Arms off the bench. Arms gets 20
Six man.
minutes. Arms gets 20 minutes. Six man. Arms plays half the
So
game.
when you got
and he's
Warren
not starting.
O'Banner and Williams.
Yep.
See, I really think the corner piece of this team is O'Banner and Williams. It really comes down to a big man in the Big 12.
No,
like
for sure.
in the Big 12, it's a defensive league. Like that shit is actually you got to get
at the
down
same
and
time,
physical.
you got to be able to shoot the ball once tournament time comes, and that's the thing Adonis is great at. The other night, 3 threes in the first 10 minutes. Terrence Shannon is not doing that on a daily, day in,
He's lights out.
He's lights out.
He's lights out. Hey, what happened with TJ?
He dropped 23 against West Virginia. That was one
What
game.
happened with Kansas whenever he got the last 2 shots of the game? He didn't
Terrible.
deliver.
He didn't deliver.
He did not deliver.
I think that was
Put
a
in
questionable
arms, bro.
call
so
by
you're-
Chris
call
Beard
timeout.
or Mark
Okay.
Adams. I think that should have been a
Call
timeout
timeout.
by
No
Mark
way.
Adams. So.
You saw he was out of control. You got 6 seconds left. You see him driving to the left. You call a timeout there. I'm sorry. That's like the only mistake he made all game.
I agree. And I mean, Mark Adams. What's y'all's opinion? Is he the Messiah or what?
He is. He's always
He's the
been.
chosen one.
Hey,
He's
it's
the
obviously
chosen one.
the culture's still at Tech, which means the culture didn't ever leave Tech. AKA Mark Adams never left.
Beard
So,
He is the
so
culture.
you think that Mark Adams was the culture all along, and
Yes.
Beard had nothing to do with it?
He had nothing.
I don't know about
I've
all
heard
that.
an inside
Nothing.
scoop that down in UT, a lot of players are unhappy. The attention's gone to
According
his
to a
head.
close source of yours.
Close. I
talked
don't
to
want
a
to. I don't want to
player.
name drop. I don't want to name drop.
Who is it? Come on,
I don't
name
wanna
drop.
no,
How are you gonna tell us a close source?
He played for him.
Played
tell you
for
that.
it. Oh, Jalen Tyson possibly.
Hey, Jalen Tyson, the
Leave it
new
at that.
Texas Tech transfer. It looks like we
Leave
got
it
some
at that.
intel from
Leave it at
Tyson,
that.
I'm
but
at the
allegedly.
Market Street this past week. Gained a couple pounds. It looks like.
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm excited to see him in a Tech uniform next year for sure. But hey, guys, I appreciate it for y'all coming on. Hey, y'all better bring the energy tomorrow night. We're really gonna need it. We really will.
Best believe it.
Gotcha.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
All right, and we're back with some other guests. If you wouldn't mind giving us your names, please.
I'm Dorian.
What up? I'm Nolan.
We're gay lovers. Yeah. I'm just he's a birthday boy today, actually.
Hey,
He's
happy
19.
Why are you
That's
wearing an
19.
Arkansas Razorback shirt on? Can you take that off for us right now, would you? Yeah?
Yeah. No, okay. So what? Are y'all one of the ones camping out here or what?
Oh yeah. We've been out here last night.
How's it been?
It's been nice. Last night was pretty tame. This night's gonna be wild.
Where's your else 10 down? We just talked to people and they're first in line.
We're down like in the back, not too far in the back. We're like in the middle, like right in the middle area.
Okay, you got a little heater or something to keep y'all warm?
Nah,
or what?
dude, we just
thugging it out. Thugging it out.
Cold, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So what do y'all think about tomorrow night? What do y'all? I mean, so y'all are gonna be there. What's the energy y'all are bringing?
Listen. Havoc. Let me. I don't know how to explain this, but I'm yelling out every slur I can. That's within PC, okay? We're just yelling at everything. We gotta make Beard mad. Fuck Beard first of all, and fuck UT. All right, fucking traitors. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
We're gonna keep it civil though.
Nah, civil, but
here's my thing. Are you gonna be the one throwing stuff on the floor?
For legal reasons, I can't.
Yeah, there's no evidence.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't want to see those because you're gonna get a few texts.
No, yes, and like that's points for them because in football it's different. They can just throw it in the trash. I don't want to give them points.
So what is y'all thought? We talked to the last guys about this. Terrence Shannon, the Terrence Shannon narrative. Is he the guy still?
No,
he's
he
not.
Blew it at Kansas. He tried to be the hero for every shot.
So who do you got then? Is Arms the guy now?
It's
or
Williams,
what?
man.
Is it
Williams? I think everyone's hopping on the Bryson Williams.
Bryson Williams, but he's so consistent though.
He is.
Arms is kind of off, and he hasn't been playing too well these past 2 games.
Well, it's also because you're going to play him 11 minutes at Kansas, and then the next night you're going to play him 37 minutes against Mississippi State or whatever it is.
But I mean, Williams put 33 up on Kansas.
33. Yeah. Both. Like I think
Abaji
he's the highest
38
score.
though.
Abaji, he's the truth, but we don't have to talk about him. We're talking about Texas Tech basketball right now. Bryson Williams, he's a Kansas killer. That man's legit. He's really going to carry us.
I don't know who had the last free throw, but at like the very 6 seconds left in the game, we had a free throw, we missed it. They took the ball down and hit that three. If we just made that one free throw, that three would not have mattered. And I think the UT game,
Wilson.
Yeah, UT game going further, we have to make our free throws. This has been a problem all season long.
All season long, yeah, and that's what we were talking about too. Offensively, it's been Arms who stepped up. I think you got to shoot lights out. I mean, I think this game tomorrow. Do y'all think we win by 10? What's the score?
Give me your hottest take for tomorrow.
There's only two ways it's going. Either Coach Beard can actually be a good coach and figure our team out, and we lose within 5 points, or we blow them out.
So if we do lose, though, what was this all for? Then it's they're ranked like 24 right now or something like that, and we're top 15 team. If you lose this game tomorrow, all this is for nothing.
I don't think in that term. All right, all I know is the present and how to interpret the past. That's all I know. And the future's still up in the air. So as fans, we're just gonna be yelling, doing our job, trying not to throw tortillas, trying not to give them easy points.
So we need a prediction tomorrow. What's
your final score prediction? Let's hear it.
Usually we don't shoot lights out on threes. I think we're gonna hit our 3 points tonight or tomorrow night. I think we hit all our free throws. I'm looking at like highest 81 to like 67.
81, 67?
81, 67. I feel like UT might be in there for a little bit.
I like
Second half we take off.
What about you?
We got Sir Roderick Thompson right behind, starting running back.
I don't know. I think that Chris Beard being our previous head coach is pretty much an advantage, and I think he'll be able to read us well, but not well enough. I think we'll just barely come out. I'm thinking probably one overtime, 79 to 75. 79.
Hey, I want to see that game.
Okay,
but
that's a good
game. That's a good game. That'd be a good game for y'all to go to.
As a fan, I want to see that, but as a Texas Tech fan, I want Beard to go home crying to his wife.
Fair enough.
Ruin their marriage. They get divorced. He lose half his assets. Wishing, damn, I wish I stayed in Lubbock.
Yeah,
that's what
I agree. I agree. Well, we appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all bring the energy tomorrow. We really need it.
Oh, without a doubt.
Thank you. Horns down.
All right, who are we here with?
My name's Dayton Baumbarger. My name is Stone Roundham.
So y'all.
Juniors. I'm a sophomore. I'm a freshman.
So you could.
I'm in Hewlin, so I'm a little down the road.
So what? Are y'all camping out here or what?
Yeah, yes. I got here Saturday night.
Oh, okay. So
I got here. I decided I wanted to camp at 2. Got here at 2:30.
Oh, okay. So today,
I'm a newbie to the whole.
So where are you at on the line? How is this working? I'm a little confused.
Okay, so how I understand it, I think it's the first people that got here are over here by the stands.
Yeah.
Like how it normally.
Yeah.
How the students normally get over. Then it makes like a C shape, and then it like serpentines all the way back there. Last time I was back there, because that's where my tent is, I was back there maybe like 30 minutes ago. I swear to God, if my laptop is stolen, I will be pissed. But last time I was back there, it was about 4 or 5 over. Like 4 or 5 like serpentines back and forth.
Okay, yeah.
So it's far back there. I'm far back there, but in the
ticket though? don't know if you have a ticket yet.
That's dedication right there. That's a dedicated Tech fan. We like to see it.
I'm just gonna be camping out and I'll just watch it out here. But I feel like if you camp out, you'll have priority over the people that didn't camp out and just showing up. Because I had to camp out like wristband. Yeah, because there's a separate line over there.
Okay. So,
But for some reason they gave me the registered ticket line, so I'm not complaining.
That's fair. So what do you think the atmosphere is going to be like tomorrow? When you see those Texas
The atmosphere? Oh my lord. Okay.
I think as soon as you hear the sirens from that police escort, I mean, everybody is, they're going to have to move quick. Because people, if they get in the streets, they were already talking about tipping that bus. And that would be
I mean, there's a reason why they're not staying in Lubbock. Because they're staying in Abilene.
I've heard they're staying at the Double.
Yeah, we've got some inside sources saying they're at the DoubleTree. So, but no one else heard that from us.
The rumor around the campsite is that they're staying in Abilene.
The campsite. See, we got a little community going on. I mean,
there is a good sense of community.
Has there been any beef or anything, or is it just straight love, straight mutual respect?
There has been beef because I seem to be the only person smart enough to bring a hammer, like over by the back end, to set up the tents. Right?
Okay.
Oh, the drown's a little dry.
Yes, because the drowned is dry.
Ground is dry.
Ground is dry. Yeah.
No. So I'm using my hammer, right? So then I see these fine females needing a hammer. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give you the hammer. You know what I mean? So then all of a sudden they just start giving my hammer out to everybody else. I'm like, I need my hammer back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. What's a man without his hammer?
Exactly. Castrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
I like the campsite stories. If you don't have a better campsite story.
Overall, there's no beef. There's no beef minus the use of my hammer.
Okay, so just when you're at the campsite, keep your hammer on you. Don't let any girl take your hammer.
Keep your hammer on you at 20.
When a girl gets a hold of your hammer, it can either be a really good thing or a really bad thing. You know.
You gotta wrap your hammer.
So when did y'all get here?
I got here Saturday.
I got here about 4 hours ago.
Okay, 4 hours ago. Okay, so
a lot has happened.
In that arena, let's say y'all both do get in. What do you like? You got a prediction? What's going to happen throughout the game? Like,
I think we're going to come out with a lot of energy. I mean, we normally do, but I just think that's going to be escalated. We got throwback uniforms, blackout in the stadium.
Those are clean.
Those are clean.
So hard.
Those are clean.
You got the arena sold out. I know it's oftentimes like you see like it filled up on ESPN and be like 97, but this is sold out for sure. Like no other game has been.
Game of the year.
This is crazy.
Yes.
Game of the year.
But what happens if we lose this?
That thought has not even entered my mind.
That thought hey, you know what? Let's get Jack out of here. We can't bring any negativity in this campsite. This is we need camp stories. We need more hammer stories.
Out of here.
Yeah. There we go.
I think what's going to happen is that it's going to start off. It's going to be rowdy, but we're going to start off slow because just nerves in general. I think both teams are going to start off slow. And I think Tech is going to start to pull away in the first half. Halftime, Texas starts to come back a little bit, but Tech matches them, and then Tech just starts pulling away towards the end. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think we're definitely a second half team too. I mean, you look at
that
games,
too.
We go in and we're tied at half.
Look at when we played Iowa State.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I would say we were up by 3, and then we ended up beating them by what, like 50? It was 15 plus. It was 15 plus, right? And story of that game, the loudest I heard it the entire night was when I heard Texas lost. Loudest I heard that night was when Texas lost.
And the hate for for UT right now is astronomical. I mean, it's at an all-time high. I mean, for the right reason. It's always been big brother, little brother shit, but fuck that. We're the big dogs. We're the higher-ranked team. We got the fucking best team in Texas. We're going to go in. We're going to take care of business tomorrow. I'm not worried about Chris Beard. We got Mark Adams. He's going to take care of what's the business that's been left on the table and needs to be finished, and Mark Adams is going to take care of that.
The thing is, it's not already beat Baylor, which is considered right now the best team in Texas as far as ranking, but we went into their place and we beat them, and I know when Baylor comes here, they're not going to know what hit them. We're going to sweep them. We almost went into Kansas and beat them. That was, we could have had some different things, but I was not mad about that game. That was the hardest place to play in college basketball.
Do we have the best?
Definitely could have played better against it.
Do we have the best home field advantage or home court advantage? Excuse me. In the Big 12.
I think we're getting there.
Oh, you think Lawrence?
I've seen in numbers, it looks like our student section is by far the biggest. I mean, the USA is one of the bigger arenas around.
Yeah, no, okay.
That is a good point.
I had no idea how much so when you saw the Kansas game, right? You saw how massive that arena was. Ours is only like 1,000 people smaller. You know
Theirs
that?
is bigger?
Only 1,000 people bigger. That makes no... And they run through basketball, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
It
but
makes no sense.
yeah, they have more people at their basketball games than they do their football games.
That's what I'm saying. And it's only 1,000 people more than us. Like, it doesn't...
The crazy
We're getting
thing
there,
is,
though.
Like Duke is, what, 5,000 inside? If that? It's really small.
But yeah, they just pack everyone in those thing and.
Yet you would still look at them and think they have one of the best. But I think, you know, we can fill up the arena.
Goes. And when you're talking blue bloods, I think Texas Tech, Baylor, Gonzaga, they're teams that are on
They're grinders. They're grinders.
I don't think Baylor's there as far as students.
You don't think...
I'm not saying that. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
team-wise,
team-wise.
Yeah, okay.
Well, give y'all just before y'all leave, give the final score predictions for tomorrow night.
80. I'm thinking high. I'm saying.
So it's going to be a shootout.
I think it's going to be a shootout.
Texas Tech and a shootout. Both offenses are not 100% solid.
I still think it's going to be a shootout. Just rivalry-wise.
Give us your picks.
I think it's good.
75-64, Tech comes out on top.
Book it. Y'all heard it here first on Scoop Sports Podcast. Appreciate y'all guys for coming out.
Hey, no
Bring the energy tomorrow. We'll really need it.
No problem.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, appreciate it.